This is absolutely free, so let's see just how good it really is. We're going to use our rectangle to attack squares. As we kill them, we gain experience. We turn the experience into upgrades like more damage and attack speed, which means we can destroy them even quicker, and we're going to give ourselves more hit point regeneration. Now we can melt them, they'll hurt us, but we'll regenerate our health right back. The more upgrades we buy, the more expensive they're going to get, but we're going to add a lot of attack speed. If we're a machine gun, nothing will be able to stop us ever. They are starting to do a little bit of damage, so we're going to add some HP regeneration and more HP in total. Because inevitably, these little squares are going to be able to touch me. They're not very bright, but they are persistent. Currently, the enemy base damage is 2.2 and their health is 9, so we're doing plenty of damage to defeat them, so what we really need is attack speed. What we want is damage, but what we need is attack speed. And today, we're going to go for what we need, at least for a minute, and then we're going to turn back into what we want. The enemies are definitely getting stronger. They're up to 18 base health and 5 damage. So we're going to turn our damage up, but our attack speed's going to be the big one. Their health is getting up there again, but we're now at 2 attacks per second. That feels a lot better than where we were. Without that, we wouldn't be alive. I'm also going to turn up my HP and HP regeneration because those hurt. And we got a big square coming our way. Didn't even know that was a thing. We're going to take it out, hopefully. Maybe not. We were destroyed by the boss, who's just a bigger square, but we got resources. So we can convert our 934 squares into another 23 brown boxes. We spend those things on things like a workshop for 5, and the workshop gives us all sorts of new options to take with things like analysis, doubles a chance to randomly unlock new modules, yes. We can also use the actual workshop to increase permanently our attack speed and basic attack, anything we can bring into battle with us. Unfortunately, I spent all my resources elsewhere so far, so it's simply back to battle for a minute while we gather some more resources. And before you know it, we were crushed and returned back to the lobby, where we can turn some of our white blocks into blue blocks. But now our basic attack is going to be this much stronger because I can afford several of these upgrades. So now my basic attack is 11. We're starting at 11 damage, so now all we really need to do is stack attack speed, and we're going to be that much further ahead this time. But I still need to remember for some HP and HP regeneration. It's beautiful. The more we kill, the stronger we get, and the more we can kill because of it. Because of the extra damage we started with, we're already up to 2 attacks per second, and I'm going to add a little bit more damage because that's really cheap to do now. And then I'm going to turn the damage back up again because the boss is coming, maybe a wave 10. There he is. He doesn't look that intimidating, but he's pretty strong. We're doing 32 damage per shot. Don't know if that's... and we melted the boss. And then I was in the menu trying to upgrade stuff, and then I got exploded again, but I unlocked a new module, otherwise known as basic bouncing. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that in around basic attack. And then to make that even better, increase the total damage output of the tower by 1% for each offensive module. So that's only going to be 1% damage for now, but that's going to add up over time. Then I have 1,000 of these white blocks after that little adventure. That's going to turn into 20 blue blocks. So currently we have a 5% chance to have our things bounce around. If we turn that up, we get a little bit of an increase, but it's not huge. So we're going to leave that at a basic number for now. We just want more basic attack damage. So now when we start a little adventure, we're doing 20 damage. And we can obviously increase our attack speed, and we can increase our bounce chance as well. That basically means our shots will bounce from one idiot to the next. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Either way, we're just going to add a lot of attack speed. So I've only leveled up my damage. That's now 5 times, and we're doing 37 damage, which is way too much. That's 3 times these idiots' health. But that's what we do here. We go a little overkill. We've created the most dangerous rectangle in the entire world, and we're going to keep attacking, adding attack speed to it. Okay, here comes the boss again. We should be able to melt him considering we're doing 38.1 damage, so he died very quickly this time. Now hopefully his little minions won't also hurt us that badly. We just need more attack speed. Now we have green squares. They're not all very uniform though, and I'm not sure if there's a difference between them. They have 35 HP, they do 8.7 damage. More attack speed. Also maybe more damage. Now we're up to 42 damage, so we're still one-shotting them. That's very important. I'm also going to add some more HP regeneration and some HP in general. But we're obviously a lot stronger than we were just now. We're already up to almost $1,500. Okay, I need to add a little bit more damage so we can continue to one-shot them, and maybe we're going to add some bounces because these are cheap upgrades. Okay, they suddenly wrecked me because I didn't realize they jumped up to 14 base damage, so they get strong quickly. That was wave 16. So what I need now is another 8 brown boxes. That puts us a total of 50. That means I can unlock the headquarters, which is being built right here. This is what a typical construction project looks like. Like any good headquarters, it's exciting purple. The headquarters we're not going to worry about just yet. Not while I've got blue blocks to be making. We're going to turn 1,350 of these into 27 blue ones. But that means I can finally get 1 level of attack speed. I don't really know if this is going to be worth it, but we now attack faster because of it. Also, basic regeneration and basic HP is also going up. So now it's going to take a lot less effort effort to get through this. Our basic attack speed is 1.57 per second. And I still just need a lot more attack speed. We're definitely able to do the damage, we just can't kill them quick enough, so it's always about attack speed. While the bouncing thing is kind of nice, it's not particularly useful yet, so I either need to way upgrade it or replace it with something better. Eventually, I want this fireball thing to just be a laser beam that just goes by to melt. We're coming up to the boss already, but we should be able to melt through him because he got way high attack speed and he didn't even touch me. But we're back onto the green ones already, and these ones obviously start to hit very hard very quickly, so we need to upgrade our defenses. Our damage is up to 47. They only have 40 health right now, but they're getting up there stronger and stronger. I do already regenerate 6 HP per second though, so that's gonna help keep us alive. We need to make sure our damage still goes up because they have 50 HP suddenly. So we're still one-shotting them, but that's not gonna last for many more waves. We need that damage to go up higher and higher. Wave 18, HP regeneration is 7.7 per second. We're gonna add a little bit more HP, so we have 175 total. But they're up to 76, so we need some more damage. That way we can actually go through them, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit a boss on wave 20. Okay, we got a big green idiot coming in, but we're doing 90 damage so far. Hopefully we're able to kill him. If not, back to the upgrades. And we're not gonna stop until we get there. We got him. He is dead. Which brings us to the red blocks, wave 21. These guys have 91, so we're definitely gonna need that damage to keep going up. Look at all the resources we're getting though. We're up to almost 3,000. And I did manage to slip in a very expensive attack speed upgrade. They are getting very expensive at this point, but they're getting lots of resources when we do kill them. Oh, look at that HP drop. But we did unlock elemental resistance. So I'm going to slot that in amongst the defensive ones, and then we're going to turn everything we got into blues. So 3,300 of those make 66 blue guys. And since elemental resistance is quite cheap to start with, we're going to get a few levels there just to make sure we're able to get some upgrades there. We're going to increase our attack speed one more time, and then basic attack damage. And then basic regeneration is also going up. And then since we did level up again, we're going to take the total damage resistance increased by 1% for each module, so that's an extra 3% defense. And the different color blocks have different things. White is neutral, red is fire, green is nature. I don't know what I am. I'm really just damage. But we're starting out with 4.4% resistance and 1.6 attacks per second, 24 damage, so we're really in good shape. And elemental resistance can actually go up quite a lot quite easily. But as always, what we really want is attack speed and damage. The enemies are very, very weak, so we might as well milk it. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on high speed while we farm away these basic idiots until our attack speed is way high up. And here comes the first boss. Our damage is pretty high up there, so he died quicker than ever before. Our damage is already up to 66, but we're onto the greenies. For the first time, we're up to 2.5 attacks per second, and we're doing 90 damage already, so that should make short work of the green guy and everyone else around him. Damage is going up. I think this extra elemental defense is actually really, really good for us, especially because we're hitting the fire guys now, so there should be extra resistance for them. We can even see what they're like. They have 107 HP, they do 26.8 elemental damage. But we can massacre our way right through them. But we are going to need more attack damage because we're not one-shotting them, and never mind, they hurt. But we unlocked Nature Burst. That sounds good. Apparently this is 5 damage, and it seems to get really strong really easily, so we're going to take Basic Bounce out and replace it with Nature Burst. Another 3,350 converted into blues gets a 67. I'm not really sure what Nature Burst is or it does, so we're just going to definitely give that some upgrades, and I'm also going to put Basic Attack way up. And the rest can maybe go into Nature Burst, or Elemental Resistance is probably the wiser choice. So we can try and find out what Nature Burst does. It might just be a thing that happens when they get close, or every once in a while. There seems to be something happening. Our basic damage is now 42. On our first round with this, I thought 42 was really high, because that's like when we fought the boss. Nature Burst definitely does a lot of damage. I just don't know how often it goes off or what it looks like. Okay, here comes the boss. We one-shotted the boss. I think we must have used Nature Burst on him, and then he died. So every once in a while, when I hit someone, it does the Nature Burst damage. At least I think that's what that is, because there was 300 damage to them. They probably have some kind of elemental resistance. Also, with those damage upgrades, our damage is now up to 146 base damage. We're not attacking as quick as last time, but we can fix that. Here comes the big green boss who died in a few hits. And then we're right back to the red guys, and we're definitely destroying them fairly easily this time. But they do hit pretty hard, so I'm going to try and turn my HP and regeneration up, because they can definitely take a big bite out of me. Okay, we seem to be at the point where we can kind of keep them at bay. We're almost at wave 30, so we'll see a new boss and whatever's after the red guys. Attack speed seems to be maxed at 2.5 per second now, which actually seems pretty quick. There's the red boss, he's already dead, and we've destroyed all the red blocks. Now for some beautiful brown blocks, they're destroying me. They are really strong, but we got 5,000 resources. Ooh, we got multi-shot. That might be better than whatever we got. So there's a 10% chance to hit 2 targets for it to begin with. We might take nature burst out because I think multi-shot would probably be better. I also just used my level up to unlock this here, so we have nature burst and multi-shot now. And we're going to convert all of these, so we have 100 blue bricks to spend. So we're definitely going to put some into multi-shot because that's going to make our lives easier. At least I hope it is. And then we're going to put more into attack damage because attack speed is really expensive. And defensive resistance, absolutely. So now there's like a 1 in 7 or 8 chance of a multi-shot, so we just fire in multiple directions. If we added the bounce to that, that could be a nice synergy. For now, we're just going to keep stacking up attack speed. Base damage is 60, so we really don't need any help there. And here comes the boss. A few shots and he's dead. I've got my attack speed maxed out. We're at 193 base damage. I'm going to turn my multi-shot chance up. Just when we start getting into stronger idiots, we'll just have more chance to hit multiple directions. Then there's less surrounding us to hurt us. And we're back to the brown guys that destroyed us last time. So far, we're doing all right with them. We need more multi-shot though, because multi-shot actually makes a difference. When it says +2, I think it means, yeah, we're actually firing 3 at once, which is really helping to carry us through because these brown guys destroyed us last time and it's only 1 run later we're destroying them. They are starting to make it to us though, so that's alarming because it doesn't take many of them to kill us. But every time we do, we can convert all of our stuff into blue gems. And then we can spend our 130 on things like basic regeneration, so we're going to just regenerate health very quickly, very easily. Same with HP, we'll just get more of that right from the beginning. And elemental resistance. Now we're going to be so much tougher than we were before. So we're starting at 7 HP regeneration and 150 HP. So we're only going to go up from here in a big way. The first boss is coming in. We one-shotted him yet again. And the higher these levels go, the bigger the gaps are. Like we can get ourselves up to 350 HP and 17 HP regen. So the problem with these brown blocks before is they do 51 damage and now do 55 damage, which is why we need the resistance and all the HP and HP regeneration. Plus they have 256 HP, which I didn't really realize, so we're going to need more damage to actually get through them. So we made it to the boss, wave 40, and we destroyed the boss fairly easily. We're going to need more damage though, because these guys get stronger quick. We're fighting our own kind, the white blocks. So far we're destroying them, but they do 85 damage and have 340 HP, so we definitely need to keep up on our own stats. Yeah, as soon as they get to me and touch me, my HP goes down really quick. So I'll just keep cranking up these numbers until they either don't touch me or I die in an instant just like that. So we got lots of resources, 9,500. And we unlocked Nature's Touch, which I think we already had. So it turns out Nature's Touch deals nature damage to the primary target and heals the tower by a percentage of the total damage dealt. I like that, so we're going to take out Nature Burst and put in Nature Touch. So to begin with, it only does 1 damage, but it does 3% healed of that damage. And I have 199 points to spend. So we're going to upgrade our speed again just a little bit. And Nature's Touch is going to go up, because I feel like if we're able to heal ourselves, that gives us a big advantage. Basic attack speed for how expensive it is doesn't actually go up that much. But Nature's Touch is going to add 5 damage already, and we're going to get healing back from that. So let's put 36 experience points into Nature's Touch and see how that brings us up to 13 damage just from that. Now it's 15 damage. And we rapid fire that pretty quick, so that's going to bring a lot of healing into ourselves while adding damage. I feel like if we get Nature's Touch high enough in damage, we could really use that to our own advantage. It'd really just be healing us while doing a bunch of damage going out. We're back into the white blocks where we're just barely one-shotting them for now. We are healing as we hit them, but we're only getting a little bit of healing back. Because if we only get 3% of damage from Nature's Touch, we're getting like a little over 1 damage per shot. 1 health per shot back, which isn't enough because they're going to do 100 every time they hit me. But these 3 upgrades were enough to catapult us through to the white boss. We should be able to destroy the white cube, hopefully. That would have hurt. That's still going to destroy us. We couldn't heal through that yet. But we unlocked wave resources. So I guess that just gives us extra resource for every wave. I don't even know what I do with that. Okay, we just added on there underneath. Now we have a wave resource. Oh, I see, but we can't have it all at once anyways. So I'm going with 4 offensive, 2 defensive, and then wave resource, because I think that's actually going to help us just make more money moving forward. That's a good investment. So 90 resources per wave. We'll see how that actually works. I'm not entirely sure what it means. Now we're going to need things like more damage. Nature's Touch might need a little bit of help, though it's getting expensive. Multi-shot's also a good one. And a few points into health and HP regeneration right at its base. So this resource generation thing might be a really big upgrade, but we'll see how this goes. We're already at 208 for the first wave. I don't know how much it was giving us before. I do know we're making these early waves look stupidly easy. Like here's the first boss, 2 shots. Wasn't anything special, 2 shots and he's absolutely melted. And we're only at wave 13 and I've already got 390 HP, make that 430. I'd say the resource generator works because we already have 10,000 resources and we only started the brown waves. The white blocks are still going to start to give us trouble because they have 370 HP and 92 damage. So we're doing our best to keep ahead with our damage. We're up to 389 plus 20 something. We're still able to one-shot them, but only barely, but we're going to deal with the white cube boss now. We're probably going to destroy him. We're going to have so many resources after this though, 20,000. But we're going to put our HP regeneration and HP way up again, because these are starting to seem relatively clean and we're back to green squares. They're starting to hit us already though, so there's not much we can do about it now. They hit for 145, which is enough to destroy us. So we're going to put 50% of our resources into the brown things again so we can upgrade our workshop itself. And because I've upgraded the workshop, I can add another one in here so I can have nature attack as well, which is just going to be more pure damage. And it's going to be really cheap to start adding that. So even at base levels, it's a few damage. So if we go that much with it, it's already adding 34 damage just out of nowhere. Nature's touch, I think, is going to be good once we scale it, and it's just going to be a matter of scaling it a lot. So our base damage is 110 plus the nature attack of another 30 plus nature's touch. So we're looking at almost 150 base damage. And that's essentially with zero upgrades at all. But one of the first things I do want to upgrade is my wave resource thing. That way when we're done this, we can have tons of resources. And it's really not like my damage needs any help at all at this point. So my damage is basically 360 per shot already, and it's only wave 21. Jumping into wave 40, we're fighting the brown square. We are very tough. We absolutely destroyed that thing. And we're definitely doing about 500 damage per shot at this point. We're doing 2.5 of those every second. And here comes the white boss again. We've absolutely destroyed that. We're now doing 500 base damage plus 150 here plus 30 here, about 700 damage. But this is where things get tough because they start to hit me for 126 damage each, so I need to step up my regeneration and HP. Maybe also multi-shot would be a good idea, because the more chance I have of firing multi-shots, the more likely we're going to kill them before they even touch me once. Wave 59 is going down easy. Wave 60 should have the green boss, so we should be able to melt him pretty quickly as well. We can even see his stats. 1600 attack. He would absolutely one-shot me. He has 6400 HP, so wow, he's actually really strong. Okay, he almost destroyed us there. Okay, we're going to turn our multi-shot up so we can hopefully take care of the new red blocks who are going to start hurting us very badly also. Everything's hurting again. We're going to need that little toughness. But we're doing about 800 damage per shot, but that's definitely not enough to save us. I didn't realize I had so much room for more blueprints at this point, so I added both elemental resistance back in. I just unlocked earth resistance, so that's going to help us. Plus a bunch more of our attack stuff again. And then I got another 600 blue things to spend, so we'll just add random things a bunch more, and that's going to help us do a lot more damage. So after spending all that money on all the different upgrades, we're pretty much unstoppable for the first like 50 waves without any upgrades at all. This is the first boss, and I've got no actual upgrades other than the permanent ones. But now we can probably start to add some attack speed. Jumping into wave 50 against this boss, we should destroy him not as quickly as I would have liked. We're still going to need a lot more damage. The bouncing definitely does help though, because it really wipes out these idiots, and if they can't get to me, the bosses probably won't yet. I just eternally need more and more and more damage. We're currently doing pretty close to 1,000. It might even be at 1,000 at this point, so we have a pretty good chance of destroying him, hopefully fairly easily. Yeah, only a few small hits for him now. But now we got to deal with the red idiots again, and they're obviously getting very tough. But the multi-shot and the bouncing can work. I don't know if they can both go off to have like 9 shots at once, but I hope they can. We're definitely gathering ourselves lots of resources, though we're up to 32,000 on this one already. We're going strong. Enemies do have 800 health at this point though, so we definitely need to keep up on our damage still. But with that upgrade, we're at about 1,300, maybe even closer to 1,400. It's hard to look away because I'm always worried about what's coming at me, but the red boss just melted. And we're back to these guys, the brown ones. I'm pretty sure they do earth damage. Yes, this is an archer. So the tall thin ones are archers, the fat ones are normal. But I'm probably long overdue to give myself some more HP, so we're up to 1,600 HP, and I can give myself earth resistance if I want. I'm not really going to worry much about resistance right now. I really should just focus on damage. I need to make them disappear. If I can do that, then they can't hurt me anyway. So at this point, we're at about 1,500 damage, which is 50% more than the enemies have, but we're coming up to a boss pretty quick. That's where things are going to start to get a little more difficult, because he has 11,200, so we do have to hit him a few times, but I think we can take him out fairly quickly. Now we're fighting some basic white blocks again, but we put so much into damage at this point that I think we'll be okay for a little bit. Wave 89, we're still making it look easy thanks to our damage, but I gotta keep up on damage. They're up to 1,400 HP. Here comes the level 90 boss. That's scary, and we got them dead. I think we're doing about 1,900 damage per shot at this point though, so I'm feeling pretty good about our odds. Also, every time we upgrade Nature's Touch, that goes up quite a bit, so that's going to start to actually make a difference healing-wise. Wave 98, we're going strong. They have 1,700 HP. but we're doing well over 2,000 damage by now. And we're certainly going to add more to that. 1,900 plus 400, yeah, getting close to 2,500 damage. So that means the level 100 boss is a big green idiot with 17,000 HP, but we do 2,200 per shot. So we only have to hit him a few times and he's dead. Wave 100 complete, which unlocked Earth Attack, more damage. So we could probably take something like Earth Resistance out and put Earth Attack in because that's just going to be more damage. Not to mention we're going to have 1,234 blue squares to spend. So what happens if we just spend 1,200 of these on simple basic attack? That went way up. And that's good because we can do medium difficulty now. Our base damage is 1,746. Oh, but we need to be way stronger for this. But 1,750 base damage. Next time's gonna get crazy.